Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Rita's Book Club. This week I'm reviewing The Fiancé Dilemma by Elena Armas. This is the second book of the Long Game series and it's all about Josie and Matthew. I really love their characters, or at least the glimpses we got of them in the first book, and I was so excited to read their story, especially after we learned that Josie and Adeline were sisters. Josie Moore is given the opposite sex and loves plenty of chances. 4 exactly, if you count all or fail engagements, and 5 if you include the absentee father who kept her existence a secret until very recently. So when her father decides to announce his retirement with a splashy magazine piece about the family, Josie realizes her romantic history is a complicated PR issue. Matthew Flanagan is in the mud, literally. Not only has he been fired from his job, but also the tires of his car are stuck in the mud after taking a wrong turn as he enters Green Oak, North Carolina. So he arrives at that fall with his essentials and goes in search of a place to crash until he gets his life back on track. But instead, he finds his best friend's sister Josie greeting him as her fiancé. What starts as a big, messy misunderstanding quickly turns into an engagement with Matthew playing a new role as doting fiancé. A fifth engagement and a stunt at that makes Josie stomach hurt, but every dilemma requires a choice between equally undesirable alternatives, and Matthew doesn't seem to mind becoming one more number in a colorful list of grooms that never were. Despite the ring on her finger, Josie notices this is only temporary, even if the rest of the small town believes that the fifth time's the charm. What really stood out to me in this book was that even though these two were faking an engagement, there was never a doubt in my mind that we were going to get some drama and they would be discovered. But what made this really iconic was how these two didn't even need a third act breakup, and there was no miscommunication. These two talked things out, and understood they were together for the long haul. It was deeply refreshing for a romance novel. I really liked Josie, and I loved how quirky her character was. We got to know her a little bit in the first book, but in this one, we get to see her personality shine and how everyone is drawn to her. She was fun, and even though she had her own issues, she was trying to do the best she could with the situation. I really loved how by the end of the book, she was able to stand up for herself and tell how she was feeling. This week, Matthew. He looked so shy in the beginning, but dude really had the moves to make a girl fall in love with him. He was funny and kind, and kind of matched Josie's quirkiness. There was no one that would be there for her like him, and he was a very inconsiderate and passionate man. Also, from the very first moment he stood up for Josie and was always trying to protect her, he was a darling. And together, these two were just soulmates drifting together. I loved how natural their relationship seemed to be for them, but also for us as readers. We didn't have to question it because they made perfect sense together, and it was so funny to see them on their shenanigans or pretending to be engaged, but also soon with the love and protectiveness they shared for each other. Their story was a very sweet one. I just wish that the whole plot of the past boyfriends was done a little bit better. I thought that even though it's a big part of the story and Josie is very affected by it, even with the whole press side of things, it was a bit quick. I wish she got a little more depth into that, and also of her relationship with her dad. I felt like it was resolved very quickly, and there should have been more substance to it. Finally, what's really great about this series, it's how the author is always able to bring back the characters from the previous one to do a few cameos. And this time around, I feel like we got to see Adeline and Josie together, learning to be sisters and supporting each other through every single moment. And then we had Cam and Matthew just being chaotic best friends, which was also very cute. I loved how funny these two were together. It really helped cement the two books as a series. I don't know what Elena Armas will write next, but I'm always here for it. So, as always, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at ritasbookclub for more content. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Happy readings.